Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, I know it's been a few days since I last uploaded, and a lot of people have been asking me for part 2. What if Naruto was born with Ultra Instinct? Well, right now, I think I'm gonna put that what if on a hold. It's not gonna be forever, but just for a little bit until I come up with a new, how do I say this, a new taste to the what if. So until I can come up with a brand new ideas for the what if, I'm gonna be putting it on hold for a little bit. Just for a little bit anyways. It's not gonna be forever. I'm not shutting down that what if idea. It's absolutely amazing and it's not gonna be finished anytime soon. So don't worry about that. But anyways, today I have a new what if for you guys. This one is, what if Naruto was locked up in jail and became overpowered? Let's begin this what if off. We begin with Naruto being thrown in a prison. A few hours earlier. Uh, what is it, Lord Kage-sama? I need you to bring Naruto here. Yes, Lord Kage-sama. As members of the Anbu go off. They go off and they fetch Naruto. Currently, Naruto is in his room. He was inside of his own apartment, doing regular things that Naruto would do. All of a sudden, the Anbu come rushing in, asking for Naruto to come to the third Hokage, as the third Hokage has been asking for Naruto. Naruto's head. Ah, what does that old fool want now? As Naruto gets up and goes off, he gets to the third Hokage's place and he says, "What is it, Gigi? What do you need?" "Naruto, I'm sorry for this, but sorry for as you hear this, as that was third Hokage snapping his fingers. If you didn't tell, he snaps his fingers, and then the Anbu come in with a vest. They come in with an armored vest. They snap the vest around his body, putting his arms through the metal vest, snapping it shut and putting padlocks on it so it can't open. They shove his hands inside these little slots, like sleeves or pockets, so and so. They forcefully put his hands inside these little pockets, and once they're inside, little doors shut down on his wrists, keeping his hands inside the pockets. They put a blindfold around him, putting a gag around his mouth, and then putting on an iron mouthpiece. They slap it on him. He can't open his mouth or speak, but he can breathe still throughout his nostrils. So yeah, as when Naruto did this, he was screaming out, "What happening? Why am I being locked up?" And after he said that, the gag was put onto his mouth, and then after that, the armored mouth guard was put on his mouth, keeping his mouth shut. As you hear, third Hokage, Naruto Uzumaki, I hereby arrest Naruto Uzumaki for the charges against the Sasuke Uchiha for putting critical damage on the last Uchiha member. I hereby place thee under arrest. The sentence, 6 years. As when Naruto hears this, he's trying to break out and try and ask him why. He tries to say, "Well, I did what I was asked to do." as he says, "Please, have mercy. Please, I only did what I was asked to do." As he tries to say this, but all you can hear is like, if you could hear what I tried to say, I said, "I only did what I tried to do," if you heard me hum it. So yeah, Third Hokage could understand that dialect. As he says, "I understand what you're saying, Naruto, but still, the council has made me tie my hands. I can't do anything now. But what I can do is do a few things for you while you're in the jail." As Haruzen looks away and say to the Anbu, "Bring him to his specially made cell." Now let me explain this cell. This cell is made of, it's called the Jinchuriki holding cell. The reason why it's called this is because a while back, a cell was made for the Jinchuriki of the Ninetales. And when they created this cell, it was the main purpose of keeping the Ninetales Jinchuriki inside, so if ever one day the Jinchuriki was to go out of line, they could lock up the Jinchuriki until they felt better. So this place was heavily guarded with cells, heavily guarded with seals, I should say. So yeah. Or should I say Fuinjutsu? I think that's what you call a seal, right? Fuinjutsu? Yeah, Fuinjutsu. It was heavily guarded with a bunch of Fuinjutsus all over the place. A bunch of seals and whatnot. The special seal was made by the first Hokage's wife. Mikoto. No, not Mikoto. I forget her name, but the first Hokage's wife was an Uzumaki, and she was a Fuinjutsu master. She was a master at Fuinjutsu and all seals. She created a seal called the Kyuubi seal. The Kyuubi seal was specifically made for the Ninetales. So, when the seal was created, its main purpose was to enjail the Ninetales, making sure that the Ninetales would not use any chakra. If the seal senses any type of chakra being charged up intentionally, or if it feels a gigantic spike in chakra, the seal will activate and start sucking away the chakra and taking it away, leaving the Ninetales to regenerate chakra. And when this happened, well, it served its purpose. Once Naruto was put in there, the Anbu started chaining him up. On his shoulders, on the shoulders of the vest, they put chains hooking on the left and right side of the shoulders. On the chest, or should I say breastplate? Whichever one, the chest. There's two little like rings that are on the vest. They hook chains onto those little tiny anchors. Or an anchoring place, they hook on the chains. Two chains are on the wall in front of him. The back wall, the ceiling, the left and right side wall, the floor, and the ceiling. 15 seals were placed on the bars, on the ceiling, left, right side wall, the back wall, which he's facing, and the bars, and the floor. All of these seals are placed on the wall, back wall, left and right side wall, and ceiling and bars, because these are the seals that are sucking out the chakra. They hook up his feet to another pair of chains to his ankles. They hook up 4 chains to his waist, each chain going to each 4 corners of the room, going to the left diagonal side corner, going to the right diagonal side corner. Same thing on the other side behind him, towards the against the bars. So yeah, they hang. They keep him in place from moving any which direction. And yeah, now that his chains are on the ceiling, front wall in front of him, and all four corners of the entire room, and on the floor, keeping him bound in the center of the room, he starts moving around. Over time, he begins to break out. Each time when he like violently shakes around, and the jail cell that he's in is about, I would say, 10 feet in diameter, 10 feet across from each wall, 10 feet away from the door in center of the room, and it's 10 foot tall. When you're standing up, it's 10 feet. When you're laying down, it's 10 feet across from each wall. From the bars to the back wall, 10 feet. From the left and right side wall, 10 feet across from each. From the ceiling to the floor, 10 feet. So overall, it's big. This thing is big. It's meant to hold some of the jinchuriki that are abnormally huge. So yeah, once this happens, Naruto begins to break out of his restraints. He breaks one hand free, taking off the mouthpiece. Once he breaks that off, he throws it aside. And then he breaks off the gag. He breaks it off, allowing him to speak. He screams out, "Hello? Hello?" But noticing that no one is around to hear him. After that, he takes off the blindfold and looks at where he's at. It's a dark room with bars and a torch right across from the other side of the bars. There is a day counter. It says from days when he got here, day 1. So he's already been there for a day. He feels tired. He goes to bed. Next day, he wakes up suspended in the air by the vest. Soon enough, he begins grabbing each of the chains. He breaks them off from each corner of the wall, kicking his leg up, ripping the chains out from the floor. Same thing with his other leg. Kicks his leg forward, and the chains come ripping out of the floor. After that, he breaks off the chains that were hooked to the ceiling. He grabs both chains, and then just violently starts shaking one of them, and then gathering up enough strength to pull one of them down. He grabs the left side. He grabs the right side, I should say. The right side. He gets a good grip on it. Once that happens, he pulls himself up, goes down, pulls himself up, and one last pull down. He yanks real fast. He yanks on the chain as fast as he could, and the chain comes breaking off of the ceiling. Pebbles and little tiny stones and rocks come falling down from the ceiling. He gets pelted with some of the rocks and pebbles, but they barely did anything. So yeah, on to the next. He tries yelling for help, saying, what did he do wrong? Was it because of Sasuke that he's here? He wondered. He cried and cried for days. Right now, he's 10 years old. He is 10 years old, still crying in his little cell. Soon enough, they bring him a bed one time when he was sleeping in the corner. They bring him a mattress on the orders of the third Hokage, and they made sure that it was a comfy mattress with a box spring and everything. They place down the box spring, then the mattress on top of it, making sure that it's not on the floor level. So after that, they leave him alone. And after when that happens, he wakes up to see the bed and a book. a book explaining why he's in the jail, signed by the third Hokage. It explains that due to the injuries that the Uchiha has suffered from you, Naruto Uzumaki, I'm sorry, but I have to place you under arrest for doing such a thing to the last Uchiha member. I did not want to do this, but the council and the Shinobi Council both said that I had to. I'm sorry, Naruto, but there was no other way that I could see of getting you out of this. I tried all that I could, but it all failed. And believe me when I say this, I tried my damned hardest to get you out of that place, but I couldn't. Sincerely, Hiruzen Sarutobi. As Naruto rips up the letter and pieces and throws it outside the bars. You didn't do anything. I just know it, Naruto says. Well, since I'm staying here for 6 years and my sentence starts now, I guess I should start counting the days. No, I shouldn't. I'll do something else instead. Since I'm gonna be staying here for 6 years, maybe I should get used to my environment. As he starts looking around his cell, he looks around seeing how big it is. He says, "Oh wow, this cell is huge." We cut to a few months later. A few months later, Naruto has been receiving food like regular. He has been receiving food on the regular, making sure that he doesn't go starving. Newingly today, a new law has been administrated. A new law has been administrated to... Hang on. Sorry. Interruptions. But yeah, where we left off. The new law states by the third Hokage, every 2 months, for 1 week and 1 week alone, every 2 months, Naruto Uzumaki gets to ask for anything he pleases. Anything. So once this law was administrated upon the Jonin and all the others, like the Anbu, they told Naruto this, and Naruto was ecstatic. For the first few months, Naruto has been giving himself harder questions. Let me explain. Since he got there, he's been writing down equations, mathematical problems, like dividing, discovering questions, answering those questions, and making harder questions for himself. He remembered the teachings that Iruka taught him, what it means to be a shinobi, physics, all of that. He starts remembering it all. And once he starts remembering it, he starts to actually focus on learning. At first, when he heard about the news about the new law, he asked for some books. The Anbu who came there said, specify what type of books. He says, the books from the academy, anything to do with knowledge, physics, science, anything like that, learning material. The Anbu looked at him strange. Huh. Naruto's view. What? Isn't it, don't you want anything else? You do have a week to ask for anything that you want. It'll bring right to you. I think I'm gonna need a desk and a lamp and an empty book to write down some stuff, like a journal. Alright. Alright, Naruto. Those things will arrive tomorrow morning. They'll be inside your cell as soon as you wake up. So yeah, As Naruto smiles, "Thank you very much." As tomorrow, when he wakes up, he discovers books. He discovers a big pile of books and scrolls. Scrolls to do with knowledge about certain subjects. Scrolls to do with certain subjects about science and physics. And when this happens, he is excited. He begins to learn quickly. He discovers that he has a gigantic love for knowledge and books. As soon as he starts to learn about books and learning from the books, learning everything that he could, he loves books in general. So he starts reading up about the clans, about the Hyuga, the Hyuga, the Uzumaki, Uchiha, Senju, and all the other clans. He reads up about the Nara clan. He reads up on the Inazuka clan and all the others. He discovers a lot of things that are very interesting about them. He finds one of these authors of books. It was an author about a certain man who discovered knowledge as power. He described having knowledge is absolute power, and if you know how to use that knowledge correctly, well then, you'll be on the road to succession. So if you know how to wield your mind, you know how to wield a weapon. He considered the human brain as a weapon. If you know how to use it correctly, well then it could be something dangerous. Naruto took this to heart and made sure to study on each book that he had. Once he was done with them, he told the Anbu that he was done with the books. This would be happening over the course of 2 months. It would take him 2 months to finish 17 books. 17 books and 3 scrolls. The scrolls are about knowledge of the clans and what tactics they use. And that when this happens, they take the books back to the academy, and he finds a little tiny journalist book inside the desk. And he starts writing about his experience inside the cell. The book. Entry Log, Chapter 1. Experience. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. Recently, a few months ago, I was put in this cell. At first, I was confused and sad to find out that I was arrested for doing my job. But once I started digging a little deeper, I began to realize doing my job and saving that Uchiha from danger, as I thought that me and Sasuke were the same, one and the same. We both suffered casualties. We both suffered loss, depression, and all of that. But it appears I'm wrong. We are not the same. Sasuke only cares for power. Sasuke only cares for absolute power, while I care for friendship and life. So, I do not think that me and Sasuke are friends no longer. Which I don't mind. But it's gonna take Sasuke a little while before he could gain my trust again. Maybe 6 years, maybe more. Who knows? But this place is not too bad when I get used to it. It's not too bad. Actually, I think it's quite nice. Here, I'm not bothered by anyone. I'm not being called a demon 24/7 every day of my life. I have a nice comfy bed, books to keep me entertained, scrolls about the clans and what they use in their tactics. I am entertained plenty of already. The books that I have, they contain knowledge of each clan, the Shikamarus, the Shikamaru Nara, even one of my friends, Choji Akamichi, Kima Inuzuka, Hyuga Hinata, Hyuga Neji, even about the Ino Akamichi, no, Ino something, Ino, what was it again? That, yeah, whatever. Ino's clan, um, all of that. So yeah. So when Naruto, so my experience in this cell, or this holding cell, just a few days ago, I had a traumatic experience inside here. The seals went off because the Kyuubi was trying to take over my body, and in doing so, he was endangering his own life in the process. When he was charging up chakra intentionally, the seals activated and start sucking away the chakra very rapidly at a very fast pace. And when that happened, the Kyuubi stopped right as it was sucking on my own chakra and nearly zapped me dry of chakra. It left me only with 2% chakra left. Once the Kyuubi realized this, the Kyuubi inside me started filling my chakra reserves with his own, regenerating that chakra that the Kyuubi has lost. Now my body is around 99% chakra of the Kyuubi, and I am afraid that I will lose control if I keep this 99% chakra from the Kyuubi. I must figure out a way how to control this power, how to control it. So yeah. Pause, guys. I gotta go take a leak and probably get a drink, so I'll be right back. So yeah. Alright, unpause. Alright. So, that was a very traumatic experience I had. Although, I guess it does help me learn faster, I guess. But, uh, it was an experience for sure. Likely one I will not forget. But anyways, enough about that. I have some things to get back to. Hopefully I'll get back to you guys, or anyone who finds my situation, or if anyone finds themselves unlucky enough to find them in my situation. I hope no one does. This is Naruto Uzumaki, signing off, Chapter 1, My Experience. End log. So yeah, that was Naruto's experience. Of course he doesn't find it all too fun, as he would put it, but still nonetheless an experience altogether. It helped him realize what the world was and what it needed. Oh wait, hang on, gotta take a drink. Refreshing. Ah, gotta take a drink of my iced tea. Haha. La. Alright, back to the what if. As Naruto writes down about his daily experience. Chapter 2, the experience. Nothing new happened today. Some Ambu decided to come by and see how I was doing. I thought it very nice to do what they did. End log. End conversation. So yeah, over the days, Naruto has just been keeping logs about his experience and what's been happening. So yeah, they've been asking what was happening and stuff. All of that. So, after all of this, when it happened, Naruto would be in jail for about approximately 2 years. Remember, he is 10 years old when he was locked up. He's been in there for 2 years now, so he would be 12. On the 12th year, he would go a little mad. He would go insane just a little bit, not too much. Once he heard of Jiraiya coming back, Jiraiya of the Sanin, and him bringing back. And after him hearing about the third Hokage's death at the hand of Orochimaru, that broke Naruto. It broke him mentally. He lost it. He went insane. He was going crazy, hearing voices in the corners when no one was speaking. And so, Naruto went insane for a little bit. Any Ambu who dare came into his domain, they were instantly met with a laughter. And him saying hello. They were creeped out by this. They were creeped up by his demeanor. And when they asked what he was doing, he said, "Oh, nothing, Hiruzen." Him thinking that he was talking to Hiruzen, but really he was talking to the Ambu. As the Ambu took pity on him because they knew what Naruto, or they knew what Hiruzen Sarutobi was to Naruto. Hiruzen Sarutobi was like a grandfather for Naruto. Every time when they told him Hiruzen died, he would go in a fit of rage and start screaming and yelling at the top of his lungs, saying, "Don't you say that. I know he's still alive. I know he'd never die. The old man would never die." He would go in a crazy state, clawing at anyone who dare say that in front of his face, trying to bend open one of the bars with chakra. Once he started using his own chakra, the seals started to activate and suck away his chakra. Realizing this, Naruto stopped, before he was at a critical moment of chakra exhaustion and then death. Realizing that he needs to stay alive to get revenge on that Orochimaru snake weasel. As he says in his head, "I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, Orochimaru. Just you wait." As one of the Ambu come in saying, "Tsunade Senju has replaced the third Hokage. She has been named the fifth Hokage." As Naruto is in absolute insane mode and starts to bend the bars with his own strength, his absolute physical strength, starting to bend the bars, saying, "No one deserves to replace the old man. The old man is the only one who deserves to be the Hokage. No one else. No one else deserves to be the Hokage other than old man Hiruzen." Man, I am just parched today. But yeah, You hear me? You get Tsunade out of his office now! You hear me? As the Anbu are starting to get a little scared of Naruto. Realizing how insane he was, they put him in a holding cell deeper. It's called the Hell Hole. The Hell Hole is nothing but smooth padding and a straight jacket. They throw him inside with the straight jacket. After a few months and a few days, Naruto, or after a few months and a few days inside the hole, he gets a little bit better, going through therapy. He's a little bit insane from time to time, but most of the time he's okay. He's perfectly fine. He's all there. He's not insane half of the time, but he's still there. So, yeah. After that, one of his eyes have turned red, and one of his eyes is still blue. Hang on, maybe I should drink the rest of this over here. So yeah. After this, Tsunade has not been informed about Naruto, since everyone else would rather forget about the boy than keep him around. So when this happens, something miraculous happens. Instead of Naruto being released at 6 years old, or no, the 6 years, he would stay in there for longer. He would stay in there for years, the Anbu coming back every now and then to deliver food. Coming back only to deliver food and food alone. So yeah. And after this little endeavor, things would be going a little different. As one of the Anbu are really good friends with Naruto. They've been asking why Naruto hasn't been released yet. Since it's been well over 6 years. It's been well over 6 years of his engagement. They've been asking when has he not been allowed out? He says when the 6th year hit. He's still been in there for an extra 3 years. Hang on, let me do the math, just to make sure that I get his age right. I don't know if I'm correct, but if I am, someone down in the comments, tell me if I get this right. I said he's been in there for 6 years, and I added on an extra 3. So if I'm right, which I don't know if I am, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he would be 19. I think he would be 19. And if I'm wrong, someone down in the comments do the math for me and like say how old he would be for like an extra 3 years on top of the 6. So yeah. That would be helpful. Thank you. So yeah, he would be 19, I believe. And if not, I'm gonna just make him 20 in the next one. But for now, he is like 19 years old. He's been in there for like 9, wait, 6 years, an extra 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's 9 years, I believe. That's 9 years. So yeah. So The Anbu that is pretty good friends with Naruto finally comes into the Hokage office, asking when Naruto would be released. Tsunade would ask, "Who?" He says again, "Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki, the boy that Hiruzen Sarutobi locked up for 6 years. He's been in there for 3 more years. He's been in there for 3 more years. How come he's not been released?" So yeah, as she says, "What? Someone has been locked up for an extra 3 years after the six? Um, I guess bring him out now, I guess? Yeah, bring him out now." As she has been wondering, who is this Naruto Uzumaki? She's never heard of anyone in the village named that. She's never come across anyone else in the village that is named Naruto Uzumaki, but she has heard rumors about Naruto, hearing that the demon was finally locked away and killed by some people. Like maybe one, maybe two people, but that's about it. Legends about Naruto have been told by many. So yeah. I feel better. Anyway, yeah. So when this happens, Naruto has been more than okay. I think he wants to stay inside that cell. As he says to the Anbu, "You can tell Tsunade the fifth Hokage if you want. I don't care if you do, because I think this place is my new home. This place, I am not bothered by anyone. This place, I find my serenity that I've been looking for. This place is a getaway place that I needed. So go ahead, tell the fifth Hokage. I will not care in the slightest if you do." As Naruto has asked for many things over the years, he has asked for a bigger desk made for like writing stories. He's written about like at least 3 books that are about 300 pages long about his experience and about chakra and science. He's written about 3 books around 300 pages long about his experience and about his knowledge and what has he been up to. He's been through a lot and he's written down his experience in those books to help anyone else who has been in the same predicament. Ugh. So yeah. So when somebody says that he's free to leave, he is free to leave if he pleases. He can always come back here whenever he wants. He says, okay, as he says, looking up, okay, I guess that's okay. I guess I, but I'm not going to be leaving anytime soon, though. You can tell your Hokage that I'm going to stay in my cell. I think it's way more comfortable in here. As the Anbu says, "No, you have to leave. This is meant for holding prisoners. And you're no longer a prisoner now, since your time has been overstaying. You've been staying here over another 3 years. I think your time is up, been up already. So you were free to leave any time when the 6th year passed." "Yeah, I know that, but I chose to stay here because I like it." This place has been giving me what I've been searching for. Quiet. A peaceful life. No one around to call me a demon brat 24/7 of my life. And plus, I've already built up enough muscle to survive in here for a few more years. You can tell your Hokage I'm gonna be staying in here. You can tell your Kage that I'm gonna stay in here for an extra 3 more years. No, you can't stay in here. As he looks up, using a genjutsu, looking up like this. What did you say to me? What did you say to me? As he looks up like this, using the genjutsu to make him look like a skeleton. Nothing. I'll tell the Kage that you're staying here. In absolute fear. Now that Naruto has been released, as when Naruto is sleeping in his bed, Tsunade finally decides that she'll come down there herself and get him out. And let me tell you this, Naruto has built up a fair amount of body muscle. Let me show you what I'm talking of. Like this. He built up this much muscle. His arms are way more prominent, and you can see the muscles right here. Look at that. The pecs are shining more than ever. His shoulder muscles are absolutely gigantic. His arms are bigger than more like tree trunks, if you ask me. And all of that. This is muscle Midoriya. This is like Zuko Midoriya with muscle. So, yeah. But yeah, that's about the much muscle that he's built. And he does have the same scar on his shoulder. He has the scar on his shoulder, the scar on his arm, like right here next to the pec. The same amount of muscle. Same amount of muscle mass and everything. So yeah, when Tsunade sees his body, she is like, oh, wow, such muscle structure, and the intensity of the the mass. Like, she is just in awe-struck about the muscle size, the intensity of how hard his body is from the intensity of the workout he does. He does around 100 push-ups, the Saitama workout, basically. He asked for a special seal to be made where he can run in one spot and not move. Like, he can run in one spot but not move. Remember, this is Naruto we're talking about. The show Naruto. And in any show of Naruto, they have not invented the treadmill yet. Not even in Boruto. I don't see any sort of a treadmill. So this is my introducing of the treadmill, or the treadmill seal. I'll be right back. Gotta go make some more juice. Hopefully I don't take as long as I might think I will, and I can get back to you guys. So, yeah. There we go. A little bit longer than I thought it would take. A few distractions here and there, looking for something for my mom, but now I'm back. So yeah, where we left off. Oh yeah, that's right. We last left off on, I think it was explaining Naruto about his prison life or whatnot. Or oh yeah, where Tsunade came there to take him out herself. So when he finally got there, he's like, or when she, you know what I said previously a few seconds ago. So yeah. So after this time, Naruto finally woke up. His intensity in the muscles, sweating, glimmering, the sun glimmering off his sweat, off his muscles. You know that uh that generic look in the muscles when muscly guys are like sweating and stuff. When they're sweating, their muscles become shiny and glistening on the sun or under a light. So yeah. And the light was the torch, so you can see his skin glimmering in the sweat. So yeah. Ah man. Let me lie back. Ah. Ah. Oh man, my nose is just plugged up today. I don't know what's up with that, man. Maybe I'll fix it later on today when I'm charging my phone and do another what if, maybe. Maybe do part 2. I don't know, but I think I'm gonna put that what if on a hold for a bit until I come up with a better story for the next part of What If Naruto was born with Ultra Instinct. The better next part. So yeah. Anyways, when he wakes up, he says, I assume that you're Tsunade, huh? Yes, I'm the the fifth Hokage. Yes, yes, I've heard all about you in my little prison. Yes. I heard all about you and what you're about. I heard your accomplishments and achievements. I've heard of your past and I've heard your hurtfulness. I know what it's like to lose. To feel so desperately that you are right. Yet you try yet to fail. But nonetheless, you win. You go against anything that is natural. I like that about you. But anyways, I am not here to discuss my likes. I assume that you are here because of me. Am I correct? Yes. I've come here to take you out of your prison since you've stayed here long enough. I've stayed here long enough, eh? Huh. Alright, fine. I'll play by your rules for now. But you better pray to God that I don't do anything to those villagers outside my walls. If I so what hear any type of disrespect towards my way, I will slice down anyone in my path. You hear me? And sensing the entirety of the seriousness in his voice. Yes, yes. Alright, good. Good that we're on an understanding of each other. So yeah. Alright, fine. I'll grab my stuff and I'll head out. Oh, here. You're gonna need these for the next prisoner who comes next to me. What are these? Oh, those? Those are books about my experience here in this hellhole. Well, now I can't call it a hellhole. More of a pleasant vacation. Now that my vacation is ending, I don't think I'm gonna be very happy. So yeah. Well, god dang, it feels like I'm hardly gonna finish this video because so many distractions in my way. My sister's baby is here today. Now I kind of forgot where I left off because I had to go handle that cuteness. So I believe we last left off on Naruto getting out. Yeah. That's where we left off. So yeah, once he gets out, he comes out a doorway at the end of a hallway. Once he comes out, he sees the light. Something in a very long time that he's not seen. He sees the sky and everything else. God dang it. Listen, guys, a lot of inconveniences are happening today. I gotta go take a leak again. I won't take long, I promise. Try not to get distracted. And I'm back. What's up? So, yeah. Um, last time when we left off on this, Naruto got out. He saw the blue sky for the very first time in all his years. 9 years worth of staying in jail. Through these years, Naruto's began studying on certain subjects that not a lot of people know of. About the Sage of Six Paths, the past about Madara Uchiha, the Uchiha Massacre, Toby, or no, not Toby, Haruzen Saratobi did say that he gets to have anything he wants for about a week. So he asked for the dangerous of secrets. He asked about the Uchiha massacre and what truly happened behind the scenes. And once he learned the grim truth, he didn't judge about it. He said that he would keep his mouth shut until the time arises. They asked when that would be. He said that would be a matter of perspective when it would be. That would be a matter of perspective of when it would be. So yeah. They were confused by this. He said of course they were. They could never understand the way of Naruto Uzumaki. So he read about the Uzumaki village, reading that he used to have a homeland of Uzumaki villagers. Sadly, Konoha did not help. In fact, the Konoha led them to their destruction. They did not help in the slightest. Once this happens, he decided to claim his debt. He said, sadly, Haruzen Saratobi made another bet. If Naruto overstays his years inside of the prison, which he most likely wouldn't from Haruzen's perspective, but now when he did for another 3 years, 3 years worth of payment from all Jonins would be given to him. He reminded them of the deal that he made with Haruzen, and the deal that he made, and he reminded Senju Tsunade of what the deal was. Tsunade gritted her teeth, saying, "Damn you, Haruzen. Why would you make such an idiotic deal?" Now, another 3 years worth of payment from all teams are now held back for those 3 years. And payment has to be given to him now. So yeah. So Naruto has been perfecting his skills. He has been perfecting his skills. Making sure that everything he does is accurate. Working on his accuracy inside that place. Making sure that he doesn't miss his mark. Making sure that he always hits his target. Like Itachi's like shuriken training. You know when he hit shuriken with shuriken and the shuriken would land on the target when he hit them in a certain angle? That's what he did. He made sure that he hit them in a certain angle. So yeah. And when this happened, Naruto decided Naruto would make sure that every shot that he hit, that he shot off, would hit always. So yeah. So after this, Naruto would begin his regiment. His regiment is very vigorous. He would not take anything less. He would always make sure that he got everything right the first time. And if he didn't, he would punish himself for not getting it right. He would punish himself for not getting it right the first time by doing 200 of everything all over. And he would learn to do this correctly the first time. He would learn to do everything right the first time, making sure that his subjects are right, making sure that any accusation that he comes across is accurate enough to win anything, any argument that he comes across. He made sure that he is right about any subject. So yeah. Now we skip 3 years later. 3 years later, they found out about Sasuke Uchiha going back to Orochimaru for power. After when Sasuke found out that they were punishing Naruto for his mistake, he decided that he would leave, trusting that the villagers wouldn't do anything too harsh to him for his fault. Knowing that Naruto didn't deserve anything, but rather he deserved the punishment more than anything else, he abandoned the village once more. He abandoned it once more again for power. But not for power entirely, more or less for revenge. So yeah. So after this, Naruto would go and do some other things, like shuriken training, sensing ability training, training with the Nine Tails power and chakra. Once, Naruto even went inside the mindscape and met the Nine Tails himself. The encounter. Hang on, let me get a better angle for this voice. What are you doing here, boy? Ah, QB. I have come here for my payment. Since you're living in my body rent-free, I've come for my payment of all these years. I will be taxing you of your chakra. And are you in any position to do so? You die. Oh no. I die, you die, correct? Yes. What of it? Well, then I'll simply kill myself. And if I do that, you come along with me and you won't be able to come back for 9 to 10 years, correct? So this world will be rid of you for a long 10 years or maybe 9. And plus, you don't want to die a pathetic death like that, would you? Smirking. Damn
Just know that in your time of need, I won't be there.
Are you sure of that?
Yes, I'm sure. I'll let you die.
Ah, so you really are pathetic. You would rather die in my body than rather die fighting?
You're really starting to get on my nerves, boy.
Oh, come on, QB. Don't be like that. Besides, I can see a really good friendship coming our way. It would be a shame if I'd have to kill you.
You, a human, thinking that you can kill me? That is the most funniest joke I've ever heard in my entire life.
Oh, yeah? The funniest joke ever being controlled by the first Hokage and the strongest Uchiha is funny to me. I don't think that it's impossible, but entirely plausible that I can kill you with enough training. So once I figure out your chakra and figure out everything else, I'll come back here and I'll beat you down. I'll beat you down until I crack each and every one of your bones. You hear me?
I'd like to see you try, boy.
Huh. And if I win, me and you have to be good friends from here on out.
Alright, fine. But if I win, I get to have all my chakra back, and you barely any left. Since your body is 99% my chakra.
Huh. 99% chakra that is within my body. How about I make that 199% my chakra?
What are you talking about?
You remember those chakra seals in that prison?
Yes, what of it? Those infuriating seals created by Shior, the wife of the first.
Yes, the wife of the first Hokage, yes. Those seals were integrative. They had some very, very strange ways of operations. And I just found out it's a filtering system as well. It filters out any QB chakra, making sure that it's chakra of the receiver. So by now, it's 125% chakra, not your chakra or any other chakra. So if I take that chakra, it will become mine, and my reserves will be 125 chakra, not the regular 200 or 1. Not the regular 200 or 100, but in fact 250. So soon enough, this 99% chakra that I carry is yours. I can just as easily go back to that prison and filter out that chakra and have all of that 250% chakra to myself. So, yeah, I think this will be easy. Still mad that you can't do a thing?
No, you're just pissing me off.
Oh, am I now? Me, a small boy, a child, making the QB, the nine-tailed demon fox, angry. How pitiful.
You better stop that now.
And who says so? Because the last time I remember, you're behind a seal and you can't do a damn thing. You're behind a prison, which is my body, and you can't do a damn thing about it. So are you really the one to talk in your opposition?
you're just starting to piss me off bad.
uh, Watching you get angry is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. More funny than the last time I've seen a parent. More funnier than the last time I seen a villager come at me with rage in their eyes. Oh, I can sense a great deal of friendship coming our way. I feel as if though that we're gonna become best friends.
No, we're not. Don't get any ideas.
Oh, I'm not.
Good.
Crossing his fingers behind his back.
Don't think I can't see you, boy, behind your back.
Ah, QB, I think we're gonna be just fine.
Don't call me that.
Well, what do you prefer me to call you? Demon?
No.
A big fur ball?
No.
How about a big, fluffy, cuddly little fox?
No.
Well, what do you want me to call you? By your name? If you want me to call you by your name, tell me your name so I can call you it, instead of calling you QB or a demon fox, if you don't like either of the suggestions that I'm giving you.
Fine. My name is Kurama.
Kurama?
Yes.
Alright, Kurama. Now that I know your name, I feel we're gonna become great friends. I just know it.
Whatever, boy.
Alright, see you later. So yeah, that was the encounter between Naruto and the QB. Now onwards to when Naruto goes to the prison again and collecting that chakra. Over time, the chakra has been filtered out and no QB is inside the chakra. So when he grabs the chakra and puts it back inside himself, the 250% chakra reserves, or the 250% chakra is now his, and his reserves are spiked up to be 250. So yeah. So now his chakra is unbelievable. So yeah, after all this, Naruto has been doing a lot of training his chakra, doing chakra training, since he has never been having the opportunity to do so. Now we cut back to the present. 3 years afterwards. 3 years have gone by. Naruto has been doing a lot since then. He's been going on missions with Team 7, since it's the team that he's been assigned to. Team 7 is required of being Sakura, Haruno, Sai, and Yamato, since Kakashi is in a bit of a slump, or been doing a lot of secret missions. Afterwards, when Naruto finds this out, he finds Kakashi and asks him to teach him something. Kakashi agrees and says, well, it's been a while since I last taught one of my students in a little bit. I guess I could teach you something. I think I have an idea in mind. No. I want you to teach me something by my choice. What do you have to offer? As he lists off a bunch of different things that he knows until he lands on Chidori and Naruto. Wait, what did you just say beforehand? Chidori? Yeah, that one. What's that one? Oh, Chidori, it's a special jutsu that I made myself. You made a jutsu? Yeah, it's called the Chidori. It's lightning covered around my hand, and it's a piercing blow. anything in my grasp, and I charge lightning inside my hand, and I run at them with. I can pierce nearly anything in my path. Oh, how intriguing. I would like to learn this one. Well, it's not going to be easy since you would have tunnel vision. Tunnel vision? Yes, anything within your range of sight and you charge at it with the Jidori, you're not going to stop until you hit it with the Jidori. Oh, okay. I probably could find a way around this. Alright, if you say so. And a lot of people have forgotten that when they get Naruto to learn something with lightning. If they're teaching Naruto to use like the Chidori, they have to remember it comes with tunnel vision. Well, that's unless you have the Rinnegan. Wink, wink. So yeah, that's until you have the Sharingan or Rinnegan. Wink, wink. So yeah, uh, so when Naruto goes and learns the Chidori, it's been about a few months, and he's finally learned it. He tests it out a couple of times until he got it right. He charges up lightning inside of his hand, and he has a surprising high infinity for lightning. So once he charges lightning inside of his hand and he throws his hand at a rock, that rock soon becomes a pile of dust and rubble. A gigantic lightning bolt from the sky comes crashing down and hitting Naruto on the hand, which inside the boulder, it turns it mostly into dust and to pieces of rock and rubble. So yeah. So when this happens, Kakashi is amazed, saying that he's never seen anyone been able to do that with the Chidori, not even Sasuke Uchiha. He said, "Oh, well, Sasuke must not have a high enough affinity for lightning then. That's only my assumption." Huh. Well then, as yeah. When this happens, Naruto, he perfects the Chidori. He tries to fix the tunnel vision problem. He's trying to fix it with the tunnel vision problem. Or, in fact, no, wait, I should say 1 year has went by. 1 year, not three, I should say. The next two are going to be for something else. So, yeah, 1 year goes by. He's now 20, I believe. Yeah, 20 years old. He's now 20. And, yeah. Team 7 and Naruto have been through a lot through this 1 year. So, yeah. They've been through a lot. They've been traveling a little bit, encountering Sasuke a few times here and there. And when this happens, Sasuke doesn't really attack them at all. He just like comes by a few times saying what's up and whatnot, you know? Doing that regular Sasuke stuff. So yeah, after when that happens, man, I am tired. So yeah, yeah, not too much has happened. Until Pain of the Akatsuki comes by, Naruto's honestly built up a pretty good like friendship with Team 7. So yeah, he's built up a pretty good relationship with them. And yeah, once he finds out that Pain is attacked, finding out that uh somewhat Team 7 has been killed. Sakura is like out cold, a faint pulse. Uh Kakashi has been straight on killed. Like in the anime, they state that he's been killed. He entered the afterlife with his father, so he's been straight on killed, but brought back by Pain at the end. But that's not going to be the case in this. The Akatsuki has been making their moves over the time that Naruto has been inside jail. Nobody has been able to find Naruto since his enjailment has been secret. They have not told anyone of his imprisonment, so the Akatsuki can't find him. Strangely enough. So yeah, when this happens, so yeah. So after this, yeah, um, Naruto, he finds out that they supposedly died. When he finds this out, and after one like, oh yeah, during that 1 year, Jiraiya came by and decided to train Naruto. Time or flashback. So, Naruto, I truly believe that one day people will come to understand one another and come together in a peace and harmony. Really? Yeah, that's what I believe. That's what I believe at least. And maybe after when I retire, I'll leave this whole entire thing off to you, my student. Really? Huh. I don't know. Maybe. Huh. Unsure of your decision? Well, yeah. It does sound very complicated. Complicated, huh? Yeah. Well, maybe when we're done our training here, maybe we can do something else afterwards. In this, Jiraiya doesn't die since he doesn't go to Rain Country. So Jiraiya is alive in this. So yeah. As Naruto learned about Sage Mode, and he decided to complement it and train it harder and harder, taking what they're teaching him and magnifying it significantly. Magnifying what they've been teaching him significantly. So yeah. So yeah, after that, he stumbles upon his own Sage Mode. It's called. He discovers another Sage Mode. It's called it's called Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna call it. It's called Wood Sage Mode. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Naruto has Senju blood. He has just a little bit of Senju blood, but not much though. So yeah, he learns about like Wood Sage Mode and what there is about it. He learns that the first Hokage has Sage Mode, Wood Sage Mode. He reads up about it and how powerful it can be. He learns about how powerful it can be, and he decides to learn it to its fullest. 2.5 years of training with Sage Mode and Wood Sage Mode. So, yeah. After that, the 2 years of training with Sage Mode and Wood Sage Mode are now finished. So, yeah. When they come back to Konoha, they find it in pieces. They found it destroyed and laid to ash. They found out about pain, and yeah. So yeah, they find out about it, about Pain, and Naruto goes to confront Pain. You know that Pain speech about him explaining about the cycle of hatred? You know about him explaining his past and everything. And yeah. And when this happens, and yeah, when he finds out about this, saying, still, that doesn't give you the right to destroy this village. No matter what type of pain you feel, the pain of losing someone else in your life, that still doesn't give you the excuse to cause pain to anyone else around you. You're just being pathetic and just hurt. And rather, instead of improving yourself and making sure that you're not better, making sure that you're better than those, you decide to not be better than what you want. Even right now, you're conflicting the cycle of hatred by exacting revenge. If you don't want this cycle to continue, why attack Konoha? A- Answer me these questions, and then come back. So yeah, when Pain gets pissed, he tries to almighty push him, but he resists it, since his muscles itself, his own muscles are resisting the push, the physical pushback, saying, I've handled worse than this force. I've handled way worse forces than this. So you're gonna have to try a little harder than trying to push me back with air. So yeah, as Pain is awestruck, no one has been able to resist his almighty push. And afterwards, Naruto has been doing a lot. Naruto finds the real pain. And when he goes up to him, saying, Pain, or Nagato, have you come to kill me? Naruto, no, no, I haven't. I've only come to collect what is too powerful for you to handle. Your eyes. My, my eyes? Yes, you do not know how to use them correctly. You haven't even known how to use them correctly in the first place. I am the only one who knows how to use those eyes properly. I've read up about them. I know what type of power they wield. And you fail to master them. So I've only come to collect what I should handle. So, are you gonna make this easy or harder? Because I can simply kill your teammate over there. Simply rushing over to Conan. What will it be? Your comrade or your own eyes? I'll trade my eyes for yours. You give me your eyes, I give you mine, so you can still see your fabled comrade. Nagato, inside his head. Damn, what am I supposed to do? What would Yahiko want? Flashing back, Yahiko. Hey, Nagato. Yes, Yahiko? Remember, teamwork and teammates come first. Nothing else. Master Jiraiya taught me that. Make sure that you put your comrades first before anything else. Make sure that they're safe and that they're alright. Make sure that they're safe. Make sure that Conan is safe. Okay? Will you promise me that Conan will be safe in your protection when I'm gone? Yahiko, I'm not too... Please, Nagato. Promise me. Okay. Fine. I promise, Yahiko. Okay, good. Fast forward just a little bit. Yahiko about to die. Nagato, remember, keep your promise to me and protect Conan no matter what cost. Remember what Jiraiya Sensei taught us. Remember. Yahiko? Yahiko? Yahiko! Summoning the ghetto statue, and that entire scene plays out. The ghetto statue crushing those shinobi. Nagato, now remembering what Yahiko wanted, he says, okay, I'll give you my eyes, and in turn you'll give me yours. Conan. Nagato, don't! No. I need to do this. It's to protect you. That's what Yahiko wanted anyway. He told me to keep a promise to protect you no matter what it took. He told me to protect you. And that's what I'm doing. I'm protecting you. If it's the cost of my Rinnegan, no matter the price, I will always protect you. Nagato, please. No, I must. I must uphold my promise to Yahiko no matter what it takes. If it's the cost of my eyes, then let it be so. If it's the cost of my life, let it be so. That's what Yahiko wanted in the first place, and I will not argue with that. Ah, good. Good, 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 good. I really didn't want to hurt her, and I did not wish to hurt you. I'm glad that we could come eye to eye and see things the same way. Whatever, just take them. Take my eyes. As Naruto sticks his hands in both eye sockets and pulls out the Rinnegan, he pulls out one eye. He puts the Rinnegan inside one eye socket, closes his eyes, and channels chakra inside of his eye socket. Opening one eye, the Rinnegan active, pulling out his other eye, putting the other Rinnegan in the eye socket, focusing chakra inside of that eye socket. The Rinnegan is visible. The Rinnegan is visible. Ah, yes. With these eyes, I will finally be able to do what is necessary to save my home and save my people. You, Nagato, have been very irresponsible with these eyes, and I will rectify your mistakes. As he puts his own eyes inside the eye sockets of Nagato and puts chakra inside those eyes, making sure that the eyes are immediately healed and hooked onto his eye sockets. Nagato opening his eyes clearly, seeing everything around him for the first time. Since the Rinnegan caused him to have a weird sense of vision. But now that now that Naruto's eyes have been implanted, he can see everything clearly now. He says, "It's beautiful. It's it's amazing. The world. It's so colorful. How come I've never experienced this before?" I think it's because the Rinnegan shot out your retinas. I think it's because the Rinnegan shot out your retinas inside. But I quickly fixed that problem with these eyes. Now I will be able to master the Rinnegan. So yeah, afterwards, he revives everyone. He revives everyone, saying, Rene Rebirth Jutsu, having the chakra capacity to do that jutsu. Having the chakra capacity to do that jutsu 2 times, he resurrects everyone. Resurrecting Kakashi, healing anyone who is already critically injured. Resurrecting the dead, and healing anyone who is critically injured. So yeah, afterwards, well, I think I can do much better with these eyes. As Naruto notices that his chin is starting to get a little bit scruffier, facial hair. Has it really been that long? Huh. Maybe 2 years. It's 2 years traveling. He'll start to get a little scruffy, I guess. Huh. So yeah, as Naruto is hailed the hero of the village, everyone noticing the Rinnegan, as they celebrate that Naruto has taken the enemy's weapon. So now Naruto looks a little bit like this. He looks like this. His hair is grown long. He has a beard. He has a beard. His eyes are the Rinnegan. Picture that in this picture. Replace his regular eyes with the Rinnegan and him having the scruffy beard with the long hair like this. Having long hair like this, the Eren Yeager style. Putting the top and left and right side hair in a bun in the back, while the bottom half near the ear canal and the back of the nape of the head, the rest hangs loose. Alright guys, hang on. Gotta go take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. So yeah, this is what he looks like with the scruffy beard that I just showed you just a few seconds ago. The Eren Yeager style haircut with the top left and right side, the right side and left side hair and top hair being put in the bun in the back, with the bottom half near the nape of the neck and near the ear canal being flowing freely like this. Right next now, where this little rubber band is being held right here, it all hangs loose. It all hangs loose like right here. So yeah, this is what his hair looks like. His his eyes being the Rinnegan, and yeah. Or if you wanted to let it loose, this is what it looks like. The top one, not the bottom one. The bottom one is more like a ponytail. The top one is more hang loose. But yeah, that's what it looks like hanging loose. If he wants to put it back in a ponytail, that's what it looks like. But yeah. But yeah, that's what he looks like. But this is what he actually looks like though, with his scruffy beard, the long hair that I just explained in the picture that I showed you what his hair would look like, him having the Rinnegan in both eyes. So yeah, he spends like the entirety of that year, the last year of those 3 years, mastering the Rinnegan, mastering it to its full potential, and unlocking the Tomo, unlocking the Tomo inside the Rinnegan, unlocking the 3 Tomo, the 6 Tomo, the 8, the 8 Tomo, the 6 Tomo, the 9 Tomo. So yeah, there's like 9 Tomoe inside the Rinnegan, as you can see. The ring is 3, the second one is another 3, the third one is another 3 inside those rings. So altogether that's like 9 Tomo. So the 9 Tomoe inside the Rinnegan in both, and the Sage mode on top of it. This is what he looks like. And here's what he looks like with his muscles showing off on his like Kurama mode and Infinity. the wood sage mode on top. You see that circle on his forehead? That's the wood mode, and the regular toad sage mode added on top of Kurama PM and KCM2. So right now he looks like he's on a KCM2 combined with wood sage mode and sage mode, which is just like KCM3, I guess. Yeah, KCM3. Guys, like bring this idea to other people. Like like what was his name again? AR Legends. Say have him have this idea because I really think that this could be something like like um Kurama mode or the KCM3. KCM3 is Wood Sage mode, Toad Sage mode, and KCM. So that would be KCM3. So this is what KCM3 looks like. Just the regular Toad Sage mode with Wood Sage mode on top and KCM surrounding it. Just an all around just so yeah. If you were to give this to AR Legends or any other big effort, that's my suggestion. So yeah. So after that, he spends the entirety of that year just like training the Rinnegan, finding out the abilities of the Rinnegan, and yeah. I don't know any of the abilities about it, but I know some of the abilities, Almighty Push, Almighty Pull, uh, Shibaku Tensei, which is like a meteor, right? A meteor, am I right? Or you create a little Earth, or somewhat of a little planet. Shibaku Tensei, I think that's what it's called. Shibaku Tensei, and what was the other one? Um, the King of Hell. You can summon the King of Hell. Any type of physical damage. It can even somewhat resurrect you from near death. It can somewhat resurrect you from near death. So yeah. So you get thrown in the King of Hell's mouth, and it'll regenerate any type of damage, no matter what damage it may be. It'll repair it in a matter of seconds. So yeah. So yeah, that's what it's all about. Then after that, I think it's the Ashira path or something, the animal path, where you can summon some of the strongest summons, like a centipedal, I think, a three-headed dog, Cerberus, somewhat, a rhino, a bird with piercings and all that stuff. So yeah. So yeah, that's some of the abilities that I know, like other paths of pain, and yeah. So yeah. After that, Naruto has been graduated up to Jonin. He's been graduated up to Jonin and alongside Sakura and all that stuff. Soon enough, the Great Shinobi War happens. Yeah, I know. I'm zipping right through this so fast. I think I'm gonna make this a one shot. After this, I'm not gonna continue it. Like if you guys want me to do a redo of it, like if you want me to do a redo, so yeah. That's what it's all about. And yeah, stuff. So yeah, after that, Sasuke appears out of nowhere, saying, "Hello, Naruto. Hello, Naruto, my friend." As he says, "Naruto, Naruto, how's it been? Hello, Sasuke. It's been a few years, hasn't it?" Looking at him with both of the Rinnegan, with the 9 Tomo in each of them, it seems you've gotten stronger. That's the last time I've seen you, Dobi. Don't call me that. Don't act like we're friends, 'cause we're not. A long time ago in my sentence, I realized something. You and I are not the same. We were never the same. You and I are two people different. We're not one of the same. You strive for your dreams, and I strive for mine. I heard you killed your brother. Was it all worth it? Was it worth putting me in jail for 6 years? Putting me in jail for an extra 3 years? I got 9 years in prison. It wasn't the worst. Actually, it was quite luxurious for me. And I've gotten smarter and stronger, as you can tell, flexing off his muscles. Yeah, I can see that. Don't be mistaken, Uchiha. We are not friends any longer. We are merely acquaintances, and after this, I'm taking you down and bringing you in for questioning. So you'd better expect a fight after this. Nothing can be easy with you, can it? No, no, it can't. So when the Madara fight happens, this is what happens. Naruto comes up to Madara. Madara Uchiha, the famous Uchiha, to go against the god of shinobi, Hashirama Senju. Finally come out of your hidey hole, have you? So arrogant. No, it's not arrogance, more or less pride. But I guess if that's what you want to call it, go ahead, because I'm not going to blame you after you're 10 feet under. Alright, here I come. Come at me with all you have, Madara, because I'm not holding back. As soon as he says that, Madara comes forth, holding back just a little bit, but when Naruto hits him with a full force punch, he wasn't lying when he said he wouldn't hold back. He puts everything inside that punch, sending Madara flying with a hole in his stomach. With a hole in his stomach and cracked ribs. I told you, Madara. I told you I wasn't gonna hold anything back. But it appears you're so disrespectful you would rather hold back and be beaten down until you're nothing. As everyone there is just awestruck. Like, like, uh, what was his name again? Onaki. Onaki says, was Madara just beaten? Ah, well then, Madara, or is this all you have? Because if it is severely disappointing. It is severely disappointing if it is. Alright, fine. As Madara comes at him in a perfected Susanoo, hang on. As you see Madara inside of his blue Susanoo, his perfected Susanoo. Say, are you ready to take me on now? Saying to Naruto. Ha, very impressive. But is this all you have? 'Cause I got a little more. If you're so sure, then give me all you have. Alright, fine, Madara. But don't blame me when you're on the ground beaten and your Susanoo cracked. Soon enough, a gigantic Ninetales. A gigantic Ninetales comes out, made of pure chakra light. And then after that, a crimson red Susanoo wraps around the the Ninetales chakra, creating the Titan, the Titan Susanoo Ninetales Fox, wrapping the Susanoo around the Ninetales like armor. The crimson red Susanoo appearing. Are you ready? In a dark, foreboding voice, saying the Ninetales voice. As this towers over Madara, just a few hundred feet. Or should I say just a few feet towering over Madara. What? Impossible! As everyone is just awestruck at this amazing show of power and strength. So yeah. So when this happens, so yeah, as the Ninetales puts up its leg and steps on the Susanoo's chest, Madara Susanoo, and steps downwards and starting to crack the Susanoo under its weight. No, this cannot be possible. No! As the Susanoo cracks in half, breaking under the pressure. It is entirely possible. Nothing is truly impossible, saying the Ninetales. After this happening, the Ninetales and the Susanoo dissipate. So yeah, when this happens, Obito becoming the Ten-Tails Jinchuriki happens. That happens, so yeah. Huh. So, finally someone who can rival my strength and speed. Let's go. As Obito and Naruto come flying at each other at lightning speed, you hear a as they crash into each other. A gigantic kaboom off in the distance happens. another one happens. Obito and Naruto are just going at it. Naruto with both of his Rinnegan active, pushing and pulling him, using the chakra draining part. Yeah, that's one of the paths. It drains you of energy and chakra. As he uses that on Obito, as he grabs Obito by the face, grabbing his other side of his face with another hand. As he grabs both sides of his face and starting to grabbing Obito by the face with both hands, using the power of drainage, starting to immensely and very rapidly draining Obito of the chakra. So yeah. So yeah. Afterwards, Naruto Naruto battles with Obito for a full-on 2 days. 2 days of just pure straight battle. Until they come to a stop. Naruto finally decides to use his ultimate weapon, Takano Jutsu. He uses Takano Jutsu on Obito. He starts sympathizing with Obito and knowing why he's doing it. Saying, but would the past Obito really care about you now? Rin wouldn't give the time of day to the current you. She wouldn't even spare a single glance towards your direction. She wouldn't want you to be the person you are now. So tell me, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to do the right thing for Reen? Or are you just going to be heartbroken and stay the same? As Obito begins to ponder, would Reen want this? He would begin to ask himself. So yeah. So yeah. So yeah. And afterwards, when Naruto asked that question, Obito was really considering it, wondering, would she want it this way? So yeah. And afterwards, Obito gives up, saying, I am tired. I think I'm going to rest. As he gives Naruto the Ten Tails. Naruto ultimately becoming the Ten Tails Jinchuriki now. Nine Tails merging with the Ten Tails. And Obito taking out his eye and crushing it. This is the only reason why he was living, because of that Sharingan eye. Or actually, Naruto grabs it and regenerates it, tossing it to Kakashi, saying, "Here, I think Obito would have wanted you to have this, after all. It would go with the other one, and you can become Kakashi Hatake of both Sharingan." So, as Naruto becomes the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, this is what happens. This is what Naruto would look like. The Rene Sharingan opening on the forehead, the Rinnegan inside of his eyes, with KCM active. KCM 3, I should say. Wood Sage Mode over the eyeliner, with the Wood Sage Mode paint going all the way back to his ears, with that dot on the forehead opening, with the circle overlapping the eye opening on the center of the forehead, with the Toad Sage Mode active, with truth-seeking orbs orbiting around his neck like a planet. Orbiting around his neck like a planet. As this is what he looks like, but remember, keep the factor of his beard, his long hair, his Aaron Yeager style hair with the beard, and all that stuff, you know? Keep those factors in. So yeah. As somewhat of Kurama still lies within him, as he asks,
So, Naruto, what now?
Naruto, I don't know. Maybe travel the multiverse? Yeah, maybe travel the multiverse. Maybe see if there's anything worth seeing up there. But first, I gotta do a little something. As Naruto comes back, taking the immediate control of the Ten Tails, making sure that the Ten Tails will react to every little word he says, all of his will and everything. So yeah. Afterwards, everyone is shocked, seeing that he has the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, saying that he saved everyone. So yeah. So, as they ask what he's gonna do now, he says, travel the multiverse. And he's not gonna come back. But he will gift Sakura something. As he grabs Sasuke and pulls out something. It's a little white orb. And he thrusts it right into Sakura's stomach. You all knowing where the stomach is and all that stuff, impregnating her without needing to actually do the action in ordering to impregnate Sakura, you know. As Naruto says, here is my gift to you. As I know that having the child of Sasuke was always your dream. So here is my gift. I hope you like it. All that I ask for your child to be is strong. I want your child to be absolutely strong. Make sure that they can protect anyone that comes across them. Okay? As she cries, saying, "Yes, Naruto, of course." him leaning in close, saying, I got a name for you, Sarada. As he whispers that into Sakura's ear, she says that she loves it. She'll make sure to call her that when she's old enough, or when she is born. Her giving Sakura a final hug, saying, You're welcome. Going up to Sasuke and saying, Sasuke, I'll be leaving a shadow clone here. Of course you won't be able to see it, but I will. I'll be the only one to keep an eye on you, making sure that you won't do anything stupid. And if I find out anything that you're gonna do, I'll put an end to it instantly. May the world lead to peace and prosperity. As Naruto flicks his staff and a gateway opens. A gateway opens. So yeah. And after that, Naruto goes inside the gateway. So yeah. And yeah, that concludes the story of what if Naruto was put in jail and became overpowered. See you all next time in the next What If, everyone. Bye bye.